So what does it take to sell a home in Montana in 2026? Well, we can take a lot from the data we got in 2025 and the rebalancing of the market we saw. Gone are the days of listing your home and getting it sold right away for just about any price. Buyers are being much more picky and inventory levels are back up. Sellers are actually having a harder time getting their home sold, and it takes a lot more strategy than it did over the last 6 years. In this video, I'm going to go over the tips, tricks, and strategies that I'm going to use for my clients, and you could even take some of this and apply it to your strategy if you wanted to do it for sale by owner or if you're another agent. Use these tips and tricks, and this will help you get your listing sold for the least amount of time, for the most amount of money in your pocket, and the least amount of hassle. So like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have a tip of your own. First and foremost, the only thing that sells a home, this is it. It all boils down to this, and it is perceived value. The buyers want to be reassured that what they're buying is worth the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they're paying for your property. And the buyer pool shrunk with high interest rates, so buyers are being a lot more intentional about the homes that they're buying. So the number one thing you need to do when you're getting ready to list your house is look at what's on the market around you. Look at the competition and look at what buyers have as far as options go. That's going to tell you where you land as far as finishes, size of your lot, size of the home, bedroom, bathroom count. All those things come into play here. Big secret is a buyer wants to walk in and they want it to feel like somewhere they can see themselves. They don't want to be walking into your home. So when you go to stage the home or you get ready for showings to happen, you want to remove all of your personal items, the family portraits, the dog bowls, anything you can to declutter and leave space for the buyers to imagine themselves putting their items, their art, their plants, whatever it is that they're into this space. Next thing you want to make sure of, and this is just as important, is make sure your house is clean. And I don't mean wipe down the counters, wipe down, all that's good, but go through, wipe down the trim. Get the edges, dust the fan blades, change the cracked outlet cover. All these small details signal to a buyer that if they didn't take care of this small stuff, what else could be hiding? So up front, you need to walk through your house with a fine-tooth comb and fix as many things as you can that stand out right away. Especially walk through your front door and look around. What is the first thing your eyes are drawn to? Those are the items that you need to make sure are clean, tidy, and welcoming to the new homeowners. Home repairs. Take some time before you list the home. You could even go as far as hiring a professional home inspector. That way you know what the buyers are going to find when they hire an inspector, because they have time to do those things now. So they're going to hire an inspector so they know the house they're buying is worth what they're buying or what they're paying. If you have items like sewer lines or your roof is 25, 50 years old, get it looked at by a professional, get a bid so you know what it's going to cost you. 9 times out of 10, it's going to cost you less to get it repaired before it's listed than it will to have to negotiate with the buyer. The buyers are going to look at it as a much bigger item because they're moving in, it's their new home. So they're going to want it done, and they're going to want it done right, and they're going to want it done by the best people. If you do it prior to listing, you have some time to shop, and it can be done right, but it can also be done for the best value. So a lot of what we've talked about is the first P, and that is the presentation of your house. You want the house to be presented better than all of the homes around you. You want, when a buyer hops online and they go scrolling through, because every agent should have the best pictures out there. If they don't have good pictures, you're gonna have to move on. Because you put all of this work in to make your house look nice, you're gonna want somebody who can capture that and bring it to the marketing side. So now you've got your good pictures, now you have your home clean, it's ready to be presented online, and as those buyers hop on, they're scrolling through Zillow, the realtor's done their job and they've got it out on every campaign, they've got walkthrough videos done, all of the things that they can do to get a buyer in your home without actually physically going to your home is what your agent should be doing and should be promoting your house. So you have the presentation, we have the promotion down, and now the last one. These 3 P's are what bring a perceived value of the home, and that last one is the kicker in price. Everybody wants the most money for their home. You want to list it as high as you possibly can, and then if you have to negotiate, you have room to come down. While that can work, it really cuts you off from options as a seller. It takes away leverage, even though having that buffer seems like it gives you leverage. Let me explain why. Say you have 3 homes that are listed. One's listed at 305, one's listed at 300, and the other one is listed at 300 as well. All the same size, just about the same build, slightly different finishes, but they're all within the same price range. You're planning to list in that neighborhood as well, and you fall right in the same category as them. While your home, you put all of the love and all of the care over the years, the buyers are going to look at this pool and say, these are $300,000 houses, and your house is probably worth that $300,000. If you want everybody to look at your house, you list it at $280. Now, while that seems like a big drop down, what it does is it piques up everybody's ears because, wait, it looks nice online. Wait, it's clean, repairs have been made. We're gonna have to go see why it's listed at $280. Everybody that's been looking at those other 3 houses is going to have a fire lit under them to come look at yours. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have to take a weekend and let everybody come through all at once, and then you're gonna get 2 to 3 offers, which will allow you some leverage. They'll be probably at asking price, if not over asking price. If they need closing costs, a lot of time that's where they start building them into the loan, and you get the over ask close. So it gives you options as a seller to say, hey, there's enough demand here that I can pick and choose which offer is going to fit me better. If it's a cash, VA, FHA, conventional, whatever comes across the table, you get the choice of deciding what makes the most sense for you to move forward with. And a lot of times it'll expedite timelines. It will make everybody move just a little bit faster. So if you nail these 3 P's of selling your home, price, presentation, and promotion, get it sold quickly, you'll beat the days on market, you'll get the most money in your pocket, you'll have the most leverage, and you'll be able to move forward confidently into that next step of whatever it was after you get the house under contract, because it doesn't end there. We know that. And having enough demand that if something were to happen and you get back on market and get it sold quickly or get another contract quickly, that gives sellers peace of mind in today's market. So there you have it. If you want a private consultation, a private call on how to make your home the most obvious choice on the market using price, presentation, and promotion, getting the best perceived value before the buyers even get through the door, shoot me a DM, give me a call, and until next time, have a great day.